Hi guys, welcome back to Smite God Showcase, where today we will be looking at Ymir, Father of the Frost Giants. So yeah, it's been a week since I did my last one on Neath. It's always fun. Ymir, he's a really good god, but we'll get into that once it loads. You'll hear my verdict at the end of the video, although don't skip it because you'll miss out a lot of really important things you need to know about Ymir before you can make your own decisions. So let's just level up and then I will show you and explain his abilities and his passive. Basically what his passive is called Frostbite. Basically what happens is when you use an ability that deals damage to an enemy, it inflicts frostbite, which means that when Ymir does a basic attack on him, on the enemy, it deals double damage. So basically, Ymir's 2, 3, and 4 will inflict frostbite, and then you can basic attack them, and they will receive double damage. So basic attack, nothing. I mean, that's basic. That's first ability. Pretty basic. It's just a wall that lasts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, depending on how upgraded it is, and it's basically just a wall. When you're in the jungle, the wall blocks the entire path if you place it right. So yeah, that's good. And also another thing to bear in mind is if you're in an online map, if you're online, then you can use your first and then run through the wall. You can place it and keep running, and you'll go through the wall. Although sometimes you might need boots, some form of boots. Or shoes. Is it shoes or boots for Ymir? Yeah, shoes. You'll need some form of fully upgraded shoes. Just something to bear in mind. And so this is his second. What it does is it slows them by 35% for 4 seconds, and then it deals damage. It also applies frostbite. It's a really good ability. It stretches for most of a minion wave. So yeah, it's his lane clearer pretty much. Very good ability. And it's one of the abilities that makes him a very good jungler. As you can see, it just insta killed the entire minion wave, and that's with level 20 with minions and level 20, and I'm level 20 with no items. So number 3 is basically just a stun for how long? 1.25 to 2.25 as you upgrade, and deals damage as well. So again, pretty standard, just a stun. Then the fourth ability, the ulti, everyone in the radius is slowed, and then it explodes, dealing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And because he's got so much crowd control, you don't want to get on the wrong side of it. He's also one of a very few guardians or non-assassins or warriors that can be good junglers. Because if you build him right so that he's like got more movement speed and deals more damage instead of tankiness, you can be a very good jungler. And if you've ever seen someone play Ymir's jungle, you'll know how dangerous they are, because you can just run out, freeze them, and then use your second, and then start ulting, and then you basically just cleared not only the wave, but also all the gods as well. Right, so now for me to suggest some items. I always suggest when you're playing a god to have, and you're doing tank, to have either both or one of the following: the Heartwood amulet or sovereignty. I tend to go for Heartwood amulet because it gives me mana per second as well. Although sometimes you might to go for sovereignty because there are more, because it gives you health per second instead. I also recommend the Mail of Renewal because its passive is you gain 10% of your maximum health and mana over the next 5 seconds when you get a kill or assist from an enemy god. So this is very good late game, and early game actually, when you're starting to assault towers and stuff, and then there's a whole team and you get loads of your team's getting loads of kills and you're getting assists because you're damaging everyone, especially once you've done your ulti. I recommend anything in this tree. That one because it regenerates your health every 2 seconds, which is very good early game and very good late game actually as well, and it gives you a fair lot of magical protection. All of these give you health, which is very good. Bulk of Hope I really recommend because it's got high magical protection and health, and it gives you a very good buff once you're below 25%. I better get moving, else I'll get hit. I also suggest the Ethereal Staff because it gives you a lot of health, and it gives you, because of its passive, from getting that item alone it gets you 42 magical power, which is very good. So shoes for Ymir might also be a good thing, although it's not a necessity. So as you can see, Ra's very easy to kill, and if I use my ulti, he'll just get insta killed, as you can see here. See, insta kill. So now I'm going to move on to showing you his skins. He's got some very good skins. I think anyway. My favourite, and the only one I've got, but I've seen pretty much all of them played, Obsidian Shard Ymir. If you imagine the obsidian from Minecraft and then imagine it in Smite, it looks amazing. I mean, look at that. It turns all his abilities purple and really rocky as well. It just looks amazing. I mean, when you swing, there's like a purple trail that comes off behind his club. It's really cool. Ymir 9000, another very good skin. I prefer the Obsidian Shard, which is only 125, maybe 250, I'm not sure, gems. Ymir is 400, although I don't think it's as good. It's basically just makes him a futuristic robot that kind of reminds me of Portal, but there you go. I doubt, if you know anything about Portal, you'd probably disagree with me. But yeah, I reckon that's a fairly good skin, although not his best skin. Twitch Ymir basically just turns in purple, with like a little bubble on the back. I think it's supposed to represent like Twitter or something, although correct me if I'm wrong, I doubt it. And my personal favourite skin of all time for him is Nuclear Winter. It turns him green. You might not like it at first because of like how cartoony and bad you might think it looks, but I reckon it looks very cool. I mean, he's changing colour for goodness sake, changing shades of green, and all his abilities are like nuclear themed. So his ulti is like a warning thing, and then it like explodes and stuff. It's really cool. Although these two, you can only, because it's exclusive, you can only get them in special promotions or events. So unless there's a special event, you can only get it in the Oracle chest, Spectacular chest. This type of chest is open quite a lot. Basically, there's a chance that you get a exclusive item, and because they're exclusive, this is the only way you can get the exclusive skins. I've probably been over this before in a different video, but there you go. And then these two limited skins are very cool. Caco Demon, The only way you can get Cacodemon, you can't get it anymore, but I think it was when it was in beta, and you got to level 30, you would unlock this skin as a reward. So that's quite cool. It looks amazing. You'll see very few people with it. Because people don't really play as Ymir, and people who do play as Ymir are probably newer people as Ymir is a free god. So you might not see this very often, but when you do, you know they're going to be a pro. Cacodemon X. I don't know how you get that one. It's basically just a recolor of that. I reckon this Cacodemon X looks better than normal Cacodemon, although I don't know how you did get this one when it wasn't limited. Ymir is one of the very few gods that actually looks better with because I don't really like having golden and legendary and diamond skins for human gods because it just makes them look like statues. But with non-humans like Ymir, it actually looks better, in my opinion, because it looks like they're supposed to be that way instead of just a golden skin. Well, if you were to look at Anubis's one and Bellona's skins, you'll see that they've started to change that by only changing clothes. Although for people like Ymir, there won't be much of a difference because he doesn't really wear clothes. As with nearly all of the skins, I reckon his golden looks better than his legendary, but there you go. But his diamond is much better than the golden. Look at that, and the colour scheme actually really fits him as well. It's really cool. So if you can get him to diamond and get this skin, then brilliant. But using him is very good. He's very easy to pick up. If you're new to the game, he's definitely someone that you'll want to be playing when you're doing co-op, and starting off because he's a very good starting god. And also he's very good for pros as well because he's very flexible. You can play him as a support. You might be able to make him so if you can build him in the right way. Same with jungle, but jungle is much easier to play with Ymir than it is to play mid. It's not as easy to play solo Ymir as it is to play jungle or support. Most people you see haven't thought about Ymir in this way because he's a guardian. Although when you think about it, his abilities, because of all the CC, you can just run in, get a kill, and then run out again. He's one of those gods where even if you don't get killed, you've left enough of an impression, debuff wise, that other gods can kill them in the lane. And because he's naturally got a lot of defense and health, he's the type of person that can easily just go and defend the lane while everyone else is either dead or pushing mid. Because we don't often see the assassin or the jungler, usually the jungler. You don't usually see the jungler in the team fights. You usually see them either getting jungle buffs or pushing another lane. And he's definitely one of those people that are much better at doing that job than some of the others, like maybe Mercury or Serket, who are more designed for getting kills on gods than they are for pushing. He's a very good all-round god overall, so he's definitely worth getting. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Thanks guys for watching. Next week I will be doing a video on Thor, God of Thunder. See you next week.